Hello, WWE Universe, and welcome to welcome WWE fans, and welcome to the WWE Universe as we're here to take a look at the Elimination Chamber 2018 Raw's. This is the final pay-per-view that is being recognized as a Raw pay-per-view because WWE had recently announced it that the Elimination Chamber and Fastlane will be the final brand exclusive Pacific brand exclusive pay-per-views relating to both Raw and SmackDown, because after WrestleMania, both brands will be representing all the pay-per-views moving forward. So you'll be able to see both Raw and SmackDown superstars at Backlash after WrestleMania, which is really cool. And also, all of them will be at WrestleMania as well. So let's see what went down, shall we? Let's see what the results are going on. So first off, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson would take on the Miz Torrents, as the Miz Torrents would compete in a kickoff tag match with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And I have to say, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson continue to impress the Raw brand, and they managed to win their tag match and end up leaving victorious during the kickoff show at the Elimination Chamber. So that was their victory for the night. So then we come to the first match of the evening, which would consist of the Elimination Chamber match. Yes, the Elimination Chamber match, as for the first time. Obviously we're talking about the very first women's Elimination Chamber match, where we would see Sasha Banks, Bayley, Alexa Bliss, Mandy Rose, and of course Sonya Deville, who are both members of Absolutions, and also Mickie James, all taking part in the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match. But surprisingly enough, Alexa Bliss managed to overcome all the stuff that was going on in the match, overcoming the entire Elimination Chamber match, as Sasha Banks was unsuccessful on winning the championship back, and everyone else was unsuccessful, whereas Alexa Bliss was able to leave as Raw's Women's Champion by the end of the match. So obviously Alexa Bliss is definitely heading to WrestleMania as the Raw Women's Champion, unless something happens between now and WrestleMania, which I don't really think there would be, unless they decide to turn Sasha heel, which is something that many of us WWE fans have been questioning over the last couple of weeks, whether Sasha Banks will finally turn heel and whether that will finally lead her to winning the championship and then changing the main event, the entire scene of the Raw Women's title match. It's possible that could happen, but we'll see. We'll see where this leads us to, I guess. But at the moment, it's looking to be Alexa Bliss will be defending the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania, just like she defended the SmackDown Women's title last year. Okay, so then we come to the Raw Tag Team Championship match, where the Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro would take on the team of Tyrus Worldwide, which is obviously Apollo and Tyrus O'Neil. Now, obviously, the Tyrus Worldwide seem to be having problems as of late, and you can tell by given the mixed match challenge where Apollo was teaming up with Nia Jax and they lost. There's been a lot of conflict between Apollo and Tyson due to that mixed match challenge, and the fact that Dana Brooks was complaining that she weren't being used properly whilst being a part of the group. So this is obviously seemed to be hinting at the split up of the team, because Cesaro and Sheamus would once again hold the Raw Tag Team Championship and becoming a very successful Raw Tag Team Champions, as Cesaro and Sheamus continue to dominate the scene, which is really cool to say for the least. So, Cesaro and Sheamus, known as The Bar, still the Raw Tag Champions after successfully defeating Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan last pay-per-view at the Royal Rumble. They successfully continue their reign as the Tag Champions. And then we come to the match between Asuka and Nia Jax, Obviously, Nia Jax hoping to get herself into the Raw Women's Championship, which is something that hoping to achieve, which is something to say for the least. So this was something to say for the least, and obviously Asuka manages to defeat Nia Jax, continuing her undefeated streak. So obviously. Now the question now remains though is how is Nia Jax how are we going to get this Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss match that was longly rumored to be a part of the WrestleMania card? Because now that Asuka has won, it basically it kind of almost makes it sound like it's going to be pointless now for that match to happen, because surely this was what WWE wanted, right? Then why did you let Asuka beat Nia Jax then if you wanted Nia to face Alexa Bliss? Surely the logic reason would be was to have Nia Jax beat Asuka, so she would, sure, she'll have her first loss, but at least Nia Jax will get appreciated, because, I mean, surely the fans are going to agree on this point, but don't you think Nia Jax doesn't deserve this? I mean, she's working her butt off every time she's in the ring, and you would think by now WWE would give her the payoff at this point and say, hey, you know what, we're going to give you an opportunity to battle for the Raw Women's title, and we're going to make you the biggest superstar on Raw. This could have been their opportunity to give her a chance to overcome an obstacle, and that is Asuka, but for some reason, WWE just want to remain her undefeated heading into WrestleMania, which means who's going to challenge Asuka then? So basically, because I doubt Alexa Bliss will beat Asuka, because chances are Asuka is probably going to beat Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. So it's basically making it pointless now to find someone to be able to defeat Asuka, because basically she'll remain undefeated at WrestleMania, she'll win the title, and then who's going to stop her? Because what if Ronda Rousey becomes heel? That would mean that Asuka's going to probably she'll probably become heel by WrestleMania, because Alexa Bliss is certainly turning into a babyface at this point. It seems to be hinted towards the babyface turn, but it's a bit. I just think Nia Jax should have won this, to be honest, because I think WWE are trying to make Asuka. Yeah, they may be making Asuka look good, but at the same time, what's Nia Jax doing at WrestleMania? Is she going to really miss out on WrestleMania and miss out on the chance to become Raw Women's Champion? Like, how can you make this? How can you give Nia Jax the worst payoff by saying, oh yeah, we're going to make you lose to Asuka, and then, oh yeah, we haven't got a match for you, so basically you're going to miss out WrestleMania, I'm afraid, Nia. Really? Like, you wanted... I'm sure WWE had... I mean, if the rumors are true that they wanted Nia versus Alexa Bliss, then why? Why did they have to let Asuka win then? Wouldn't it be more logical to let Nia Jax win, and then there you go, you got your Raw Women's title main event that you wanted? I think WWE may need to do a rematch, I think, in order to get this solved, because I think it's a bit silly that they let Asuka win and then make Nia Jax look weak on the pay-per-view when she's not meant to be weak at all. She's meant to be powerful, for Christ's sakes. I mean, come on. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping WWE will find a way to give Nia Jax the Raw Women's title and put Asuka against Charlotte, because I thought that was something that they were planning to put Asuka against Charlotte Flair. If that's the case, and if Asuka's going to turn heel tonight on Raw, then I would suggest that they give Nia a chance to beat Asuka tonight, because either that or WWE's made a big mistake on not giving Nia Jax the payoff. Just saying. Anyway, so we come to and then of course Ronda Rousey would show up at Elimination Chamber. We knew she was going to sign the contract. Now, a lot of people, especially some of the fans on the show in WWE, boo every time someone mentions the name Ronda Rousey because of, you know, the Royal. I mean, most people are happy to see her in WWE. Some people are not really convinced with Ronda Rousey's actions in WWE right now, given the fact that she hasn't physically gone into the ring yet and actually competed, even though she put Triple H through a table during the Elimination Chamber when she was signing the contract. I just think that, yeah, it's good that they set up the WrestleMania match, but at the same time, they could have at least showed, at least Ronda Rousey could have at least had a match on the pay-per-view, so at least we know what we can expect from Ronda Rousey. I mean, it's good that they chose the opportunity to sign her contract, but I just think they should have signed her contract on Monday Night Raw, got her into a match in Elimination Chamber so we actually get to physically see her in action, and then we actually know what to expect. Because now, what if she bores the hell out of the fans? That's not really going to make a good match, is it? I mean, you're just basically going to give Ronda Rousey you're going to put Ronda Rousey in front of fans that some people are going to boo the hell out of her the minute she enters in the ring, because that's basically going to give her a bad reception, because, you know, she's tried her best to surprise, you know, to give, you know, start her WWE career really well. But, you know, just think about it. The fact that Ronda Rousey could get booed at WrestleMania, she could get booed out of the building for having her first match at WrestleMania, and then some people don't like the fact that they've wasted. You know, people will think that WWE waste an opportunity with Ronda Rousey, and maybe they'll turn her heel after WrestleMania. I don't know, but it depends on who they put Ronda Rousey with when it comes to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I mean, who are they going to put Ronda Rousey with in that mixed tag match if that's indeed going ahead? I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what Ronda Rousey's going to work with. Perhaps she'll work with Kurt Angle. I don't know. Maybe she'll work with another returning superstar. Who knows who Ronda Rousey's going to choose as a partner at this point? But hopefully she'll. Hopefully it's going to be something to see who she chooses, I guess. Anyway, so then we have the Woken Matt Hardy beating Bray Wyatt. Obviously, Matt Hardy successfully defeated Bray Wyatt in their one-on-one match at Elimination Chamber. To be honest, I'm going to be honest here, but Bray Wyatt kind of went downhill since joining Raw. I mean, I think it was kind of an apparent since Bray Wyatt became WWE champion at the Elimination Chamber last year. I just think that ever since they put him on Raw, they've kind of made him look like a joke, basically, and they're kind of making him lose his dignity, which is not what the character's meant to be in my way. And, you know, as much, you know, I think Bray Wyatt's probably annoyed the fact that his dignity is being ruined whilst being a member of Raw, which technically Bray Wyatt should be looking, you know, should be doing those, you know, stuff that he did on SmackDown. But unfortunately, they made him look like a joke on Raw. So I hope he does get returned to SmackDown. So then that way, Bray Wyatt will finally get that push again that he had when he was WWE champion on SmackDown. Hopefully, he'll get recognized again. We'll see. Anyway, so then we come to the first ever 7-man Elimination Chamber match, where we would see the following superstars. And many of these superstars, by the way, are main eventers in their own right. Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, John Cena, Braun Strowman, The Miz, Eliza Sampson, and of course, Roman Reigns. Yes, I know every time I say the name Roman Reigns, everyone basically starts booing whenever they hear the name Roman Reigns going across the YouTube ballroom. And, I mean, I have nothing wrong with the guy. I have nothing wrong with the guy whatsoever. Part of me still doesn't understand why people hate him so much. Why does WWE hate? Why do the fans hate Roman Reigns so much that they have to boo him every time he enters the building? Like, I don't know. Are you expecting him to turn heel or something? Are you expecting him to, tell you to F you or something? Like, what do you expect him to do? I mean, he's doing everything he can, and you're just booing him out of the building like randomly. What's with that? So yeah, either way though, Roman Reigns had finally won the number one contenders match, which means we're finally going to have the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match. And I know a lot of people are again going to boo because here we go again, they'll say. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. We're taking us back to WrestleMania 31, where Roman Reigns got booed at WrestleMania and they had to put Seth Rollins to basically give the fans something they want. Yeah, the only problem is if they put Seth Rollins in, who's to say we won't see a repeat? This is why I'm a little concerned about whether Seth Rollins should be in the main event, because what if he ruins Roman Reigns' moment? Then we're going to basically see a heel turn again of Seth Rollins, which we've already saw it. We need something new. I mean, come on, give us a Roman Reigns turnaround. Give us maybe Roman Reigns will avoid those mistakes this time. Who knows? I mean, like, what do I have to do to make you guys convinced that Roman Reigns is going to make the right decisions in this match? Because I mean, he's worked his butt off to try and get the fans behind him, and some fans are starting to get behind him, but there are still some fans who still do not accept the name Roman Reigns. So, yeah, I don't know how long is it going to take until WWE fans really get their heads around him. But the fact of the matter is this: once he finally beats Brock Lesnar, I think people need to start accepting the fact that he's earned his bloody way to get to that title match by actually going through hell. Just remember this: the Elimination Chamber is meant to be a hell structure, which means you're basically going through steel after steel after steel in order to get yourself into the match. And he had to put down Braun Strowman like he was the guy he faced last year. And now, obviously, Braun Strowman's going to be a good guy either way. So either way, he's going to get I think he's going to get a match with The Miz either way, because I'm pretty sure he eliminated The Miz during the event. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say that Braun Strowman's going to get some sort of a Intercontinental title match, and he'll finally become Intercontinental champion during WrestleMania this year. He'll finally get his moment. But yeah, so either way, Roman Reigns is personally, he doesn't deserve all the boos at all the time. I think people need to seriously calm down and think to themselves for a minute. Maybe WWE will get it right this time. Who knows? Maybe they'll get it right. Maybe they're fed up of fans booing at Roman Reigns. Maybe people like me are fed up of hearing the boos every time Roman Reigns comes out. I mean, if people really hate Roman Reigns that much, then don't watch WWE. Full stop. Don't watch Monday Night Raw if you hate him that much. Why don't you watch SmackDown Live instead? If you hate him that much, then don't watch. Because I don't see any other option for you to stop booing at him. If you really like WWE much, why don't you go and check out SmackDown? Because there's great talent out there. But obviously, people are too busy wanting to find a reason to boo Roman Reigns and a reason to watch Roman Reigns so they can boo him all night and all day. Like, so what? So what? You've made your point. Move on. Anyway, that's basically my thoughts on the Elimination Chamber in terms of the in terms of the results, because again, there's only a few matches going on, of course, as they're trying to build up to WrestleMania, and we know that Roman Reigns will face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title at WrestleMania, and I'm pretty sure we're leading towards the Oscar versus the we're going to be leading towards Oscar versus Alexa Bliss match at WrestleMania, which is something else that's going to get a push nevertheless. So yeah, either way, I have no problems with WrestleMania. I think like I say, I think the WrestleMania card is starting to shape up quite nicely, which is quite cool. But also keep in mind when you see. Keep in mind though, when they highlight when they mention Oscar as the very first women's Royal Rumble winner, Oscar it mentions who will Oscar face at WrestleMania. So technically, she's not officially. It's not official yet that Oscar is going to meet Alexa Bliss. Therefore, there's a high chance that Oscar may potentially go to SmackDown to get Charlotte Flair. So technically, there may still be a chance for Nia Jax to get herself a Raw Women's title match, because I think it definitely needs to happen, because this is something that we've been building towards. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax is the ultimate payoff for Nia Jax, nevertheless. And of course, for Oscar, I think she should focus on the SmackDown Women's title, because I would rather she focuses on that than going for the Raw Women's title and trying to ruin any possibilities of having a Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss match. But either way, this is basically just the setup for things we can expect at WrestleMania, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. The WrestleMania card will start shaping up quite nicely. I mean, we've already got AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, but who knows? Maybe someone else may face Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. I mean, who's to say we won't see Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler, perhaps, for the WWE title. Maybe we might see Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens for the WWE title. Who knows? I mean, it's all possible. But either way, we'll find out soon enough when WWE reveals all the matches in the build-up to the event on April the 8th. So, yeah. We've still got a bit of time yet until WrestleMania. We've got Fastlane to look forward to for the SmackDown brand in the coming weeks. So make sure to subscribe and look out for my review for Fastlane, and then we'll start anticipating our build up to NXT Takeover in New Orleans, as well as WrestleMania 34, where we will find out who Oscar will be challenging for the women's title. And more importantly, we'll find out who Ronda Rousey's partner is going to be for that Triple H and Stephanie McMahon mixed tag match, which is very much on the cards now, given the fact that Ronda Rousey put Triple H through a table. I think it's safe to say that mixed tag match is pretty much official at this point. And then also we've got other matches to also consider, which we'll hopefully learn more about in the weeks to come as we start shaping up WrestleMania 34, and we'll start knowing who's taking part at WrestleMania. And I'm pretty sure the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will also be making a return at WrestleMania, which apparently it's meant to have some importance this year due to the documentary that they recently put out. Apparently, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is meant to be very important this year. So you might want to keep your eyes peeled on that match, because it's meant to have an important role at WrestleMania this year. So should be very interesting to see who is going to be given the opportunity to compete. Well, like I said, who will be given the opportunity to compete, and to compete in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and who will end up winning it at WrestleMania. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my review for Fastlane in the weeks to come. See you then.